The Jedi Order was an absolutely massive organization of powerful Force users. Although their main weapon was always intended to be the Force itself, as time went by, the Order became complacent and put too much emphasis on the use of the lightsaber, a weapon which was used solely by members of the Order or its opposition, the Sith. A question that comes to mind, especially after many rewatches of the movies, is how many lightsabers were actually in existence during the Clone Wars when the Order was at its peak? There were around 10,000 members, so an obvious answer might seem that 10,000 is the answer, right? However, there's more to account for than you might think. Although it wasn't as common as the traditional single lightsaber, it was far from rare for a Jedi to wield two single-bladed lightsabers in unison. Of course, in typical Lucasfilm fashion, we don't have any hard numbers on how many Jedi employed this approach in combat in canon, but we'll assume it's a third of the Order's members, since we see it in various battles but nowhere near as common as the standard single-bladed lightsaber. This means that on top of the 10,000 lightsabers from the members of the Jedi Order, we also have an additional 3,300, taking us to 13,300 lightsabers. Another thing which wasn't very common, although it did happen, was that some Jedi had backup lightsabers in case they lost or damaged their main one. In Legends, for example, Luke Skywalker had a backup lightsaber, as did some members of the Jedi Order before his time in the Clone Wars. Since it would be a very rare practice, let's say that only 5% of Jedi did this, putting our new total at 13,800 lightsabers. Something we can't forget is needing to build a new lightsaber. Although it may be embarrassing, some Jedi fall into situations where they lost or broke their lightsabers, just like we saw with Ahsoka Tano. Some more than once. However, until the Clone Wars, most Jedi didn't even need their lightsabers much in their lifetimes, so this was very, very rare. Let's say that 3% of Jedi needed to build replacement sabers, and that brings us to a total of 14,100 lightsabers. Honestly, on one hand that doesn't seem like many, but on the other 14,000 kyber crystals is pretty crazy, especially considering they would have to be sought out in groups of 5 to 10 at a time. So let's just say the Ilum was pretty busy over the time of the Clone Wars. I hope you guys enjoyed that little fact video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, join the Star Force 1 Discord, and if you want to see more like this, I'll see you in the next video.